The next elite raid boss in Pokemon Go is going to be Regieleki. So we're going to go over the time, the dates, the details, and everything you know about taking down this Pokemon in Pokemon Go. So you know what time it is. Welcome to the Trader Club. Here we go. Regieleki is making its way into Pokemon Go on Sunday, April 9th at 11, 2, and 5 p.m. This Pokemon is going to be a brand new Pokédex entry, so that means that we all can get it for the first time ever, and it is going to be in Elite Raid Battles, which is the new system that you cannot use remote raids for. So if you guys do want the Regieleki, this is going to be where you're going to find it. And for all trainers that do complete a Regieleki raid, you will be able to get a timed research that is going to be limited, but only available if you do complete this research. So please make sure to get out and at least Pokédex this Pokemon. So now let's talk about Regieleki in Pokemon Go, because this is a brand new Pokemon. It is in the Regi family, Regieleki, meaning it is going to be an all-electric type Pokemon, which is unique here. And it's going to max out at 3,169. So I will put out a best of the best video to analyze this Pokemon as far as a meta attacker and as far as a PvP Pokemon. But as far as the meta attacker, I think we can kind of guess, being that it's only maxing out in and around 3,200, that it's probably not going to be topping the charts in that specific category. But that doesn't mean it doesn't still have use in this game. So this Pokemon is an all-electric type Pokemon, meaning it's going to have one weakness, and that's going to be ground. And the 100% IVs of this Pokemon are going to be 1602 for level 20, and then if it does get rainy weather conditions around where that raid is going to be, it will boost it all the way to level 25 at 2002. So relatively easy to be able to remember both 100% IVs, 1602 and 2002. And I just want to point out that some of this information does have the capability to be able to change based on it not being officially out in the game. So the stats could slightly vary up, even though more than likely they are not going to be. And then also the movesets could potentially alter, but more than likely they will not, because the movesets as of right now are going to be Lock On and Thunder Shock for the quick moves. And then we are also going to be getting Thunder for a charge moves, Hyper Beam, and Zap Cannon for all of this Pokemon's moves being electric. I wouldn't be surprised if they do add in something beyond just an electric. Obviously we do have two normal moves in here, but maybe they're going to add a little bit spice, but maybe they won't. But as of right now, this is going to be what's reported. To take down this Pokemon, it is going to take 2.51 trainers. And now let's move on to the top meta attackers. We're going to start off with the Shadow Pokemon, and then we will move into talking about the Megas, and we'll talk about after that non-Shadows, including Legendaries and budget counters. So in spot number 1, we are going to have Primal Groudon. This is the #1 ground attacker in the game period right now, but it is a primal form, and with that primal form, this Pokemon will not, I repeat, will not be getting XL Candy in return from it, with the moveset combination of Mudshot as well as Precipice Blades. And then let's look at the Shadow Pokemon. So in spot number 2, we are going to have Mamoswine Shadow Form with Mud Slap and High Horsepower. In spot number 3, we will have Shadow Golurk with Mud Slap and Earth Power. And then in spot number 8, we will have Mud Slap and Earthquake on the Shadow Donphan. And then that's going to lead us onto the Mega Pokemon. So we did talk about the Primal Groudon being the strongest attacker. However, it's not going to yield us XL Candy in higher returns. So if you guys do want XL Candy in higher returns, you're going to have to look at electric type Pokemon. Those Pokemon are going to be number 1, we can have Mega Manectric, or number 2, we're going to have Mega Ampharos, and those will be the 2 electric Pokemon that you can use to boost the XL Candy coming back from this Pokemon at the same time. But if you are looking to take this Pokemon down much faster, you may consider just using that Primal Groudon. And then also, if you want one more Pokemon, you could look at Mega Swampert. Mega Swampert is going to be the moveset combination of Mudshot and Earthquake, and that is going to be in spot number 6 as a meta attacker. So now let's move into the non-Shadows and non-Megas. In spot number 4 overall, we will have the regular Groudon with Mudshot and Precipice Blades. In spot number 5, we are going to have Mudshot and Earth Power on the Garchomp. This Pokemon is going to have the Combo move of Earth Power, so if you don't have it like that, you are going to have to Elite TM it if you want to use this. This Pokemon is specifically unique because it's actually going to be 3 times resistant, being Dragon and Ground, to electricity, so this Pokemon will be recommended quite significantly, and it does do a lot of damage, but it takes a lot of damage very easily for such a sliver of health. And then we're going to go into Excadrill with the moveset combination of Mud Slap and Drill Run, and then that's going to lead into spot number 8, which is going to be another budget counter. So we obviously have the Garchomp budget counter, we have Excadrill as a budget counter, and then we also have the Rhyperior as a budget counter with Mud Slap as well as Earthquake. And then in spot number 10, we will have Mud Slap and High Horsepower on the regular Mamoswine. So those are going to be really easy to acquire budget counters, guys. I want to make sure you guys do know about all of them. You guys are ready to go. I'm going to give you a couple more, but I would suggest suggest staying up on the list here to keep it congruent. In spot number 12, you're going to have Mudshot and Earthquake on the Therian form Landorus. Then we will have the regular Golurk with Mudslap and Earth Power. And then we will have Rhydon, which is obviously not the Rhyperior, so obviously you would re-evolve to get to the Rhyperior. However, this Pokemon is going to be the Mudslap and the Earthquake combination, and then Crocodile will have the exact same moveset, but I just wanted to recommend to you guys that if you do have a Rhyperior that's already built with the Smackdown moveset, that was the Comde move, I would suggest not Elite TMing that thing away, and I would suggest keeping it and having a second Rhyperior that you choose to use as an all-ground attacker instead of taking away that moveset on that Pokemon and then maybe needing it to go back at some point in the future. So now let's look at the weather conditions for this Pokemon. So obviously if we want to weather boost this Pokemon all the way to level 25, it will be in rainy weather. That will be the best condition to catch this Pokemon at the highest capacity and be able to power it up for the least amount of startups if that is what you desire. Also in the partly cloudy weather, it will boost all of the Lock-On and the Hyper Beam moveset, which is not that big of a concern. Then if we move on to our meta attackers, we're looking at sunny weather because sunny weather will boost all of the ground moves and all of our ground type attackers. And that's pretty much everything you need to know about Regieleki in Pokemon Go. We will definitely be going over best of the best and see where this Pokemon does sit and fit in Pokemon Go. So thank you guys for being here as always. To all of my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes their support, subscription, or subscription to next level. I'm gonna see you guys out in the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.